What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's Mighty Fan time. Look at me coming from the old location, right? It's been a while since you see me in here. For those of you who have gone back with me a ways in my channel here, this is the room that I used to film about probably 90% of my videos in. And haven't filmed in here in a while, but I figured, you know what, for old time's sake, let me throw a video in here. So usually if I have pickup videos, it's going to come from the living room. Well, this isn't the living room, but again, a little homage to my old videos. I'll just film it here, you know, for this vid. And then the next pickup video will be back in the living room. But anyhow, I got a pickup vid. As I said in the show, I got 2 hats and 1 jersey. For those of you familiar with the groups on Facebook, you already know what these are. But for those of you who aren't, well, it's new to you. And I did get a question. Someone wanted to know about the groups on Facebook and what they're called and such. And there's a few of them, and some of them might be closed right now, but if you want to check with their owners, see if you can get in, I'm sure they'll, you know, they'll be more better with the information than I am. But there's a couple that I know of, a couple I'm a part of, and one is Kings of Throwback, and Kings of Throwback is spelled with a Z for the Kings at the end. Kings of Throwback, and that's Snax's page. That's Throwback Kings page, a group on Facebook. There's Jerseys, Kicks, and Lids. That's Big Slim's group on Facebook. And there's also another one that's just titled Jersey Central, and that one is was based off the page that was on the internet. I believe it's still there, Jersey Central. They revamped it, but they have a Facebook page for that too. And then, of course, there's Murph's Collectibles, which, of course, for Murph, one of our Jersey heads here. And there's also Hometown Fitted's group, which is HTF Nation. That's mainly for the lids, though. So Jersey-wise, probably want to look at the others, but hey, if you're a hat collector too, or hat appreciator, you know, Hometown Fitteds has that nice page on there, HTF Nation. So shout-outs again to all the groups out there on Facebook, and yeah, good luck with getting in. They're fun. You know, lots of pictures are shown, a lot of videos. It's a good group. They're good groups, a good group of people when we're not arguing about things. But anyhow, let's get right to these pickups. And I said I got 2 hats and a Grail jersey, which I told you about a video or so ago. And let's get right into it. Let's do the hats first, right? We'll save the best for last. So let's get to these hats. I just picked these up today. I was with my buddy Mark, Mark Medora, and at a local mall. And I know, driving home from the mall, it hit me. Oh, we should film the video in there. But anyhow, don't worry, breather. We'll get to that at some point. We'll have a video filmed together. But so we were at a local mall and went to Lids. They had some hats there that I had some interest in. Picked them up. They were already on sale. So really, you know, always good to look around because you never know what you're gonna find, right? And so these are them. 2 new Era Fitteds. This is a Brooklyn Nets hat. This is actually the first Brooklyn Nets item I own. So, and I think I did pretty good for a first item because it's an inaugural season hat. Look at that. The inaugural season of the Brooklyn Nets. Not only does it have that on the front, but on the back, it has the dates of their inaugural season. Of course, 2012-2013 was their inaugural season. And there they are. Brooklyn. There's your Nets. So shout out to Brooklyn out there. Brooklyn Nets. Don't have a jersey yet, but maybe I'll pick one up at some point. Got the swag factor for it right away. Hat number 2. This one is a pretty cool one. Of course, you know, I got my Phillies represented here. Chase Utley, of course, the authentic cool base jersey. I got the home white. Phillies coming off a nice sweep of the Miami Marlins over the weekend. Some exciting games too. They won in walk-off fashion last night, and then Mr. Utley hit the go-ahead home run. He's batting 500 so far this season. It's young, I know, but he's still off to a really good start, and he's healthy now, so it's always good to see. But he hit the go-ahead home run today against the Marlins in the 8th inning, and they were able to win in the sweep. Now they play the Braves. I see you, J.K. Always the Braves fan there. But anyhow, I was able to pick this up, and this is really cool because I never owned one of these until today. This is an on-field fitted All-Star hat from last season, the game at Citi Field in New York. Well, New York connection again, Brooklyn and now this, but here it is, that logo from last year. And how do you know that this is an on-field fitted All-Star Game hat? Well, not just because of the logo on the side, but because of the back. It's got the 2 stars right there. This is how the players wear it on field for the All-Star Game. This started, I think, like in 2012, I want to say. They went with the 2 stars on the back, and they got the 2 stars on the back of the jersey. So there it is. On-field fitted by New Era. Never owned one of these until now, so pretty excited. And of course, it's my beloved Phillies, so there you go. I do have a couple other All-Star hats for the Phillies. Now neither of them have the 2-star because this is before they went with the 2-star. But prior to this one, I have the 2011 in Arizona. On-field fitted. And they got the 2009 when the All-Star Game was in St. Louis. So now I have 3. And the first one with the dual star on the back, which is really, really a nice touch. And they're pretty hard to find. Like, I don't, you know, at least for me. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places. But so there's the set so far. And I did say in the last video that one of my goals is to get the host team jersey and hat for the All-Star each year. So this year it's Minnesota, so that's what I'm hoping for this year. So those are the hats. And now let's get to the Holy Grail pickup that I was able to pick up about a week or 2 back. And here it is. Really, really glad to get this. Montreal Expos. This is an older run made in Taiwan. Mitchell & Ness. Button down. Road gray. More than likely a future Hall of Famer. Vladimir Guerrero. Great player for many years with the Expos and Angels. And he had a cup of coffee with the Orioles and with the Rangers. Finishing off his great career. And this was one of his earlier jerseys. This is from the year 2000. And we all know I have a real love for road gray jerseys. And this one is one of my all-time favorites. With that scripted Montreal right there, with the fleur-de-lis right there. Really, really nice. Everything besides the little fleur-de-lis is also triple stitched on the front. It's also got the little hidden T on the inside. And the Phillies will have this little hidden L inside. That's just how a lot of the baseball jerseys are. But and there it is. 27 is also triple stitched. It's got the big bold Expos logo on the one sleeve, and on the other it has the 9, and that's for Rocket Richard, of course, the great Montreal Canadien, who the award is given to every year for the league's top goal scorer, the Rocket Richard Trophy. That is in honor of him. He passed away that year, so they honored him by putting his number on the jersey. The Guerrero is triple stitched, really big on the back, and the 27, of course, triple stitched as well. And it's got the MLB logo. At that time, teams were wearing the logo. Interesting fun fact about the logo: we all know the NBA logo is the Jerry West. The MLB logo is the Harmon Killebrew, because that's who that's supposed to be a silhouette of. The great Minnesota Twin for many, great Hall of Famer, Harmon Killebrew. So there you go. So yeah, Montreal Expos, year 2000. Mitchell & Ness made in Vietnam. Quality is outstanding. It's a heavy jersey, really nice. The other thing I really like about it is the sleeve cuffs. It's got the triple, red, white, and blue going on there. It's pretty cool on those sleeves. Really sets it all off too. So yeah, I've been looking for this for many years. The thing about this is it started as most grails do, for me anyhow. Mitchell & Ness store I didn't get, many years ago when it was on a sale rack, and it became a big grail. So I finally was able to get it, and many years later, and I got in a size 52, which I was really excited and happy for, because that's my perfect size for Mitchell & Ness jerseys is 52. So, not to say I wouldn't have gotten it if it was bigger. because I probably would have. But to get it in a size that's, really perfect for me, it just makes it better. And by the way, the swag factor, I am getting another hat, though, because I see one. I've had my eyes on one on Hatland.com that goes with this jersey. I've had my eyes on it for like a year now, just in case I forget the jersey. So now I have the jersey, I can go ahead and get the hat. It has the scripted Montreal, as I hear my ESPN thing, has the scripted Montreal in the front, just as it does here. It has it on the hat. So, but I also have this one, and this is actually the hat style they wore with this jersey. But it's just your basic. I've had this hat a while. It's your basic snapback, but this is just your basic snapback. But that's the style they wore back in the day. Believe me, I saw plenty of it back then because the Expos used to be in the NL East. I saw plenty of Vlad. I saw him in person wearing this jersey at Phillies games, years ago at the old Vet, and he was a real terror. He was a great player, though. I mean, in his early years with the Expos, he was compared to another player who played years in Montreal, not for the Expos but for the Royals, Roberto Clemente. So, hey, when you're compared to Roberto Clemente, you got to be doing something right? But he had a great arm in the outfield. He was a great outfielder, and he could hit a little bit, too. Guerrero, he certainly hit the Phillies. But, yeah, Vladimir Guerrero, Montreal Expos 2000 jersey. Real happy to have it, so there you go. So that's going to do it for the pickups. A big Grail pickup. I got some nice hats today, and don't know when that next pickup will be, but rest assured when I get it, you'll see it. Probably the next pickup vid will be back in the living room, so I do like that series. But I wanted to, hey, for old time's sake, I thought I'd come in here, film the vid in here, and, bring back the old memories, right? But anyhow, big shouts to everyone. And by the way, don't think I've forgotten about my beloved Flyers. They are in the playoffs. They missed the playoffs last year, but they're back in this year, and they're playing really good. And they got those Rangers in the first round. And the Flyers have had their problems at Madison Square Garden in recent years. They are like an 8-game losing skid there. But I think, hey, they're overdue to win there, and it's time that they get a win. And this is actually the first playoff series against the Rangers, if I'm remembering correct, since 1994. And in 1997. So it's 94, the Rangers won the Cup. 97. In 1997, the Flyers beat the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and of course went on to get swept by the Red Wings in 4. One of those Steve Yzerman teams from back in the day. Scotty Bowman coached Red Wings teams. But to get there, they beat the Rangers. And they had some really good games in that series, and that was the series where Eric Lindros is like the torch was passed from Mark Messier to Eric Lindros, right? And, well, Lindros never did win a cup, but he outplayed Messier in that series, and the Flyers won that series. And yeah, that was a cool set. I believe Gretzky was on that Rangers team too, so that was a pretty good Rangers team they beat that year to go to the Cup Finals, where they would get swept by the Red Wings. And that was the last time I believe the Flyers played the Rangers in the postseason. I know they played other teams quite a few times, the Penguins, the Devils, Bruins a few times. I see you, Murph. I know. You think you have it pretty easy there in the playoffs this year. Those Red Wings might give you some trouble. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be a tough first round. Red Wings, their first year in the East, and who they get to play in the first round, right? The big bad Bruins. But, hey, we'll see. The fun thing about the NHL playoffs is you never know what could happen. Playoff series can switch on a dime. They're really amazing, and they're some of the best playoffs in my mind in sports because anything happens. It doesn't matter what seed you are. There's upsets all the time, and I'm hoping my Flyers can upset the Rangers, at least get a split in Madison Square Garden the first 2 games, and come back here and hopefully ride some momentum going to games 3 and 4 at the Wells Fargo. There's hockey at the Wells Fargo Center in late April and into May. It's wonderful because we didn't have that last year, but hockey is back in the postseason for my Flyers. Let's go Flyers, and hopefully they'll have a nice long playoff run because that's always fun. I mean, you got your team having a nice run, so hopefully Flyers can do so. Let's get by those Madison Square Garden Demons and win. At least get a split the first 2 games and then see what happens after that. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And happy to have my Fly Guys back in the playoffs to hopefully go for that elusive cup that they haven't won since 1975. And yes, I know, Murph. I know about the deal that you and I were talking about with, I can get a Super Bowl and you can get a Stanley Cup. But, now the Flyers are in the playoffs. I think I still want to see them win a cup some year. We only have had a little drought around here for a time. But anyhow, we'll see what happens. But anyhow, that's going to do it for this video. So as always, a big shout out to all my subscribers, to all my fellow Jersey heads, family, friends, fellow DeviantArt members. Anyone I'm forgetting, as always, big shouts to all of you. Shouts to all the Facebook groups, of course. I mentioned you guys earlier. The video, again, a shouts to all of you. Keep doing your stuff on there. I'll keep posting pics and stuff on there too. So yeah, until my next video, once again, this is MightyFan's saying peace. I will see you then. Let's go Flyers. Let's go Phillies. Sixers, hope the ping pong balls go your way. Hit a good first round pick. High first round pick. And yeah, so I'll see you on the next one. All right, everyone, take care.